Hey, yo, so look, listen. I know I've been making basketball videos these past couple of days. Yeah, that's cool, that's fine, that's dandy. But like right before I had went to sleep, well, really not even when I went to sleep, when I was laying down last night, I had got this little vision or this little download. Like, okay, so cool. Basically, I'm finna talk about, see what I'm saying? I'm finna talk about this facility that I was just at no more than about 2 weeks ago, right? So, boom, CBCF is a correctional facility in Franklin County, Ohio. And basically that's a place where some people get sent to almost kind of like a rehabilitation program, sort of say. All right, so cool. Now, mind you, the case that I basically pled to, I had to register as a sex offender. So I'm in a pod where everybody on the pod got sex cases. Like, they had us on a total separate hop. Like, people who had other violent crimes or drug charges, they wasn't on the same pod that we was on. Like, I was on a pod full of people who had sexual crimes. You know what I'm saying? So you can kind of, you know what I'm saying, if you want to get judgmental, you can kind of say freaks, weirdos. You know what I'm saying? So, but long story short, boom, right? So I'm gonna tell y'all why. I'm gonna upload this video too on everything. Like, that whole facility is bogus. Like, that facility is bogus as ever, bro. Like, they send you there for a couple months, for like half a year, to try to rehabilitate you and get you back into society. But on a different level, that program does not help you for real, for real. Like, in actuality, it really don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen, like, just like energetically or like spiritually, I've seen how that whole environment became so much of a video game, or it became so much of a script. And then it just gets to the point to where it's like you just keep speaking out about certain stuff, and you not being quiet on certain topics, and you're not letting the mental warfare break you down, or you're not letting that stuff get to you. So it's like every time it pop up, you gotta say something. But then, this is why I made this video though. So boom, I got detained on May 31st. I had got into it with my PO, and basically the history that I had with my PO ever since I had got this case, especially when I was at CBCF, it wasn't the best. So like, when I first got there at the program, like the first 2 months or so, I was contemplating even trying to go there, because I'm like, well, I done been here my first little 2 months. I'm still fresh out of jail. I'm like, y'all keep playing these games, like, y'all might as well just go ahead and see whatever shelf time I got sitting over my head, so I can go and go to prison or wherever. And so I tried to get in contact with my PO. I tried to let her know, like, hey, look, what's the shelf time I got if I was to unsuccessfully complete the program? She told me 1 to 5 years. So I'm like, all right, okay, cool. So let me sit back and put on my thinking hat for a minute. If I sit here and crash out and do something stupid and get sent to jail, by that first week I get in there, I'm gonna be looking real stupid, saying to myself, like, dang, all I had to do was just complete this program, do these little 6 months, and go home. That's all I had to do. But the minute I fall for that trap and crash out and do something stupid, I'm finna go do years on years on years for something that I really didn't do in the first place. So I'm like, nah, I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna fall for that. So I keep going through the program, and then at one point, I was actually taking the program serious. I was actually trying to stay on track, no tickets, trying to stay out of trouble. I'm trying to phase up. I'm really doing I'm on my ones and twos. So towards the last 2 months of my program, me and my PO relationship got a little shaky, because when I had called her, I had wanted to let her know that I was interested in enrolling one of these programs. They got 2 programs there at CBCF. One of them called Base Camp. The other one is called the Exit Program. Both of those programs was supposed to be to help residents find housing and get employment upon release from the program. So I'm like, cool. That's an incentive that I can actually use. I can actually use that to help me get back out on my feet when I get back out in the real world. And I'm thinking, like, well, maybe this is something my PO should want from me, because she telling me in the beginning, when I first talked to her the first 2 months, She told me just, hey, do the 6 months, complete the program, go home. But even she knew that something was fishy, because she's sitting here saying like, oh, well, why you feel this way? Like somebody picking on you, somebody like talking to you, or you feeling like you being. So that almost kind of gave me a notion like, all right, okay. But I'm already past that part. Because constantly feeling like, or constantly reiterating, oh, I feel like I'm being discriminated. Oh, I feel like I'm being singled out. Oh, I feel like all this stuff is coming up against me. If I just keep reiterating it over and over and over, I'll start to sound like a broken record. And basically, it'll start to come off as I'm defenseless. But that's not the case at all. I was just trying to reiterate that there was some stuff that was going on that I just didn't seem fair. But at the same time, life slogan, life isn't fair, right? That's what they say. So, taking all that on the chin, taking all that with a grain of salt, I'm like, cool. So now, we shitting out back to the base camp. Boom. She told me, okay, I'm gonna have to run it by the judge first. So I'm like, all right, okay, cool. You say you're gonna run it by the judge. I give her like 2 weeks. I ain't rush her or nothing. I ain't rush her into the process. I wasn't being petty. I was being respectful, cool, calm, collecting, cordial the whole time. And so, boom, 2 weeks passed. I'm like, okay, well, let me go and just see how she feel about this situation. Let me just see if I can remind her or something. So I try to go and tell her again. I get in touch with my case manager to see if he can get in touch with my PO, because we couldn't call our PO directly. We had to go through our case manager. So I'm talking to my case manager. I'm like, hey, look, like, can you see if you can woo-the-woos, pass the word to my PO about the base camp situation? Then, this was around about like April, she told me like, okay, well, I gotta talk to the judges. I gotta see what's up with the judges first. Now, April, it was like the 2 months between April and May, because they came and departed me, where they came and detained me on May 31st. So while I was there, once she told me that I wasn't able to go to base camp or the exit program, I felt like that was just a really unfair move. Like, there was a whole screwball. Like, for one, you see that I'm having trouble trying to stay ahead of the program and try to keep on course as far as like behavioral rules and they conduct rules and all that type of stuff, because it was petty to me. Then you trying to say like, okay, in the beginning you just say, oh, well, just keep your head down, just do your 6 months and just go home. I'm like, all right, okay, cool. So let me at least try to take this stuff serious. So I'm trying to take the program serious. I'm trying to let you know, hey, I want to enroll in some of these programs to kind of help me better when I get out on the right foot. Let me get some momentum when I get out. You couldn't let me do that. Then what really topped it off was when she told me that I couldn't go back to my original address that I had for my address list on my phone list. So I'm like, wait a minute. If you telling me I can't get help and go to any of the programs for housing or employment, and you telling me I can't go back to my original address, so where is it that you wanted me to go? So I just felt like there was just a whole little there was just like a whole little, there was a whole different ball game on its own. And I got mad and I snapped on her, because I'm like, wait a minute, like, you trying to tell me I can't go here and I can't go there, so what did you want me to do when they finna get and release them? Because they said that they can't release residents as homeless. So I'm like, dang, like you just ain't trying to help me none whatsoever. Like, you just really don't, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm just charged to the game. That's just what's coming with the game, right? So boom, I snapped on her. I'm like, all right, man, you tweaking. I don't even want to talk to you no more. Like, you tweaking. Like, I don't want nothing to do with you. So boom, spaz on her, hang up the phone. 4 days later, the sheriff, they come and detain me from the program. They take me back to the Cuyahoga County, not Franklin County. I was in Franklin County, but they detained me, take me back to Cuyahoga County jail, basically saying that I had to go to court. They said I had to go to court on a probation violation. And I'm like, how did I violate my probation if I didn't run away from the program? I didn't get terminated. Basically, they just had to pull up this long laundry list of tickets that I was catching over the weeks and months that I've been there, and all the tickets that accumulated. I think they said I had like up to like 40 something tickets. And I'm just like, okay, so you telling me you finna say I violated my probation because you got a laundry list of tickets? of tickets. Basically because I'm not finna sit up here and listen to these folks every whim, and I'm not finna answer to their every beck and call. That's basically why you finna, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like what's up? Like, and then that was her only freaking defense when we got in court. She was like, well, there was a list. And you know, she did the little coat cover up, you know what I'm saying? She said her little piece, and she did he had a list. I'm like, all right, man, whatever though. But I'm just like, so long story short, man, on top of all of that, right, when the police came to detain me, I had 3 important documents up there. I had my social security card and I got my 2 IDs. Now I'm thinking like, okay, they came to detain me while we was eating. We was in the cafeteria when they came to detain me. So I'm like, okay, well, they asked me, okay, well, and I had a rosary on. Like, I literally had like a little cross I had bought from commissary. I had a little rosary on. So they was like, well, do you want this or what? I'm like, oh, okay, y'all finna detain me. All right, okay, cool, whatever. Boom. They transport me back to Cuyahoga County. The whole time I'm thinking I'll be able to get in contact with somebody. They'll be able to send all my property back. I literally got stuff up there with my name on it. I literally got important documents up there with my name on it. I actually have stuff that I bought with my money from commissary still up there with my name on it. And they trying to tell me that once I get home, they trying to tell me that they couldn't even mail it to my house, or they couldn't mail it to a different address. All because they said I had 7 days to come and pick it up. 7 days to come and pick it up? You think I'm finna travel from Cuyahoga County all the way to Franklin County just to pick up some stuff and I ain't got no transportation? Like, what you want me to do? I'm fresh out of jail. I ain't got no transportation. Really ain't had no motion while I was in there, so I came out of jail with whatever I had. So I'm like, hold on, like, y'all tweaking. But what make it so crazy is the reason why I was so upset about saying that they couldn't mail the information back to the address was because I had some keys when I first got there. When I first got there at the program, they shake you down. All the property that you get that you came in with, all the clothes that you come in with, they make you either ship it home or throw it away. I threw all my clothes away, my shorts, shoes, socks, drawers, t-shirt, coat, all that. I even came in there with a Bible and they made me throw away my Bible. I got a new one while I was there, but they still wouldn't let me get that one either. So I'm like, dang, y'all tweaking. But reason why I'm saying that to say this, if that was such an issue, why couldn't y'all, if I paid to mail them keys home, and which y'all kept them keys there for like 3 months after I had already told y'all what I was gonna do with the keys, y'all waited 3 months later to try to ship the keys off. And so now that I'm out and I'm trying to see if I can get some of my property, y'all telling me y'all can't mail that, but then y'all can mail some keys home. So I'm just like, yeah, they on some fishy business, like, for real. I'm definitely gonna post this on YouTube. Like, it is what it is, because that was just some shady business all the way around. That was some fugazi business all the way around, though. But I'm still looking for my other lens, though. I ain't gonna cap. Still looking for that junk, though. Oh, man. Yeah, though, man. I done made it to the crib, though. But that was a cool little... Well, it ain't cool. That ain't cool, though. But that was just a little story I had, man, when I was going through. I know I don't sound that angry or upset about it. Because, yeah, that's some very important information. I guess I really am slow to anger. Well, it takes a lot to really get me upset. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, man. But I'm back, man. Finna settle in. Find me something to do. Put something on my stomach, man. It's cute, 9:32, man. I'm gone.